always a cloudy day when I film these things. Konnichiwa, Kuruta desu. Nana yokoso. Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to week 7 of my Japanese learning. This week was pretty cool. I got into a lot of reading and vocab learning. That was another area that I felt I needed some work on. I've been learning a lot of vocab related to specifically kanji vocab, so any word that has, a kanji associated with it. But I started to realize that, there are a lot of words in Japanese that only use hiragana, or verbs even that only use hiragana. So just learning the kanji vocab left a giant hole. So I actually started using a website called iknow.jp, which has been great. It teaches you, basically there are different steps and different levels. So there's 6,000 Japanese words on there, and each 1,000 is broken up into 10 different steps. And so you start from the very beginning. It shows you a sentence with it. It shows you the word, it pronounces it, and you have to put the word in the sentence, or recall the word, or recall the Japanese version of the word. I think it's doing a really great job of filling in some of the holes that I've been developing as I've gone through with only learning kanji vocabulary. So that's been a big point this week. My speaking, however, has not been improving that much, and that's basically because I haven't been speaking. I think that I can spend my time most effectively studying the kanji and the vocabulary, as I'm going to be going to Japan for 4 months. So I'm going to have a lot of exposure to learn the speaking once I get there. But right now I can build a solid foundation with a good set of words, so that when I start tying the things together with speaking, that I will actually, be able to pull words out and just really accelerate that process. So that's really what I've been focusing on lately, is not focusing so much on speaking. I say the words, I focus on pronunciation, so that once I do start speaking, I won't, have a really Western dialect, or at least not a horrible Western dialect. So yeah, that's been a main focus on that area. As for the kanji and vocabulary specifically, I've gotten 160 kanji memorized so far. That's off of Wanikani's numbers. And then 300 kanji vocab, and then add on top of that, I've got about 50 regular vocab done this week. So I'm moving along really nicely in that aspect. I'm starting to be able to read basic sentences at a decent pace. I could read most basic sentences, but I'd end up having to look up a word here and there, and it would take me, 5 minutes to read one sentence. But as I'm starting to learn more things, more verb tenses and such like that, I'm able to look at a sentence and guess its meaning. I might not be perfect, but I'm getting to a point where I can actually understand a few sentences or a paragraph put together, which is a good milestone to get to. So far, since the beginning till now, I have put in 148 hours, roughly. In most other languages, I'd probably be at intermediate to mid-range intermediate by now, like Italian or Spanish or any of those other Latin-based languages that, tie closely to English and vice versa. But this is Japanese. So at 150 hours, being at middle beginner and knowing 160 kanji and 350 vocab and being able to speak at least basic sentences, I think it's a great point to be at. I'm going to try to increase my hours per day up until the point when I go there. I know the crunch time's going to start coming out, and I'm just going to really try to learn as much as I can before I get there, so I'm excited about that. This week I was also able to accomplish some more trip-related aspects. My Japanese visa is in, so hopefully I'll get that by maybe next week or the week after that, then I'll be all set to go to the country and actually be accepted into the country. I also got some more smaller trip details oriented. I'm getting the luggage situation on track, so I know what I'm going to pack, and I can make it as light as possible, because I don't want to bring a ton of stuff up over there, and I want to bring back some souvenirs, so I need some room for that. And I also got the cell phone situation worked out. I'm going to make a video on that, because I did a lot of research about the different aspects of cell phones in America versus cell phones over there, the different technologies, and I think the research isn't really put together anywhere online, so I'm going to make a video that puts it together, and I'll show some of the process that I went through to figure out what exactly I should bring over there to have a working cell phone. Thanks for joining me for week 7. I have 5 weeks until I go to Japan. Remember to hit the subscribe button to follow my journey along from very beginner to hopefully fluency. I'll be posting different Japan related videos, as well as travel videos, trip experience videos, and then of course my language learning process. So, Hit subscribe to follow along in that process. And until next week, じゃあまた